Ah,
Hello.
hello. I did miss one thing. I did miss one thing in my preparations. Hang on. Hang on. I need to turn the lights on. You can see me because I produce my own light. It's a little known fact. But, you know, considering that I am a virtual creature, of course, you know, it's kind of like a hologram situation, you know? Hello. How are you doing? I hope you're doing very, very well. As you can tell from the title of this year's stream, which on Twitch at least, is Brain Work Ahead. I sure hope it does. Is that my brain might not actually work very well. And you know what? I think it's about time we turn that into a theme. That is my suggestion for today. Just freaking when brain not work as a theme. By the way, we're on the wrong scene. There we are. This feels more complete. You don't belong here. So yeah, hi. Connie, congrats on being first. I saw you there. I saw you lurking before the stream even started. You... I give you a big boop on the nose. My dear bastion of sanity. Hey you, and Batty Fest, hello. Musica ba. Musica, also a creature, well-known creature. Lunkily, you probably won't hear me, but I love you. And Oda AJ, hello. Nice to see you. It's nice to see you. Y'all, Rev is a fascinating being. Rev is a fascinating being. Because Rev just, you know, I feel like I used to be in that space in that headspace where I can just immediately come up with like funny jokes and like puns and stuff, and like it just happens, you know? But nowadays it feels more like I can hardly even formulate a regular sentence and find the words for that. They just keep escaping me. Hello. Speaking of words escaping me, hi. Hello. What is up? What? Oh my. Hola. Hello. This is Teiyu, your emotional support animal. Coconut cat with a hat. Hello. Hi there. Thank you for guiding the raid, maybe? Hi! Junku! Junku? Is that it? Hello! Nice to meet you. let me give you a shout out. Oh me, oh my. Everyone make sure to reload the page to count as a viewer to you. Yes! that would be lovely. Oh, last seen playing Unbeatable. Oh, nice to meet you too. Thank you. Wow. I think Coconut Cat probably guided the raid here, because if so, thank you very much. Oh, fuzzy friend.
I was gonna be like, do you think KK Slider has a knot? And I was just like, why would I ask that question? Why did I do that?
Yeah. Why would you do that? That is... I chose you, I just played something really emotional. Aw, you chose me. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you. Oh, man. Something really emotional? I haven't heard of that game. What is it? What is the game about? It was a temporary forgorgening of braid. Teiyu is very choosable. Oh, yes. Honestly, the stream so far is really thematic. Ooh. Interesting. Yeah, we're emotional stuff is very much on point here. Cause like we are... Aw. Oh, that is so wonderful. It's so wonderful when a game can make you cry. It hasn't happened a lot. How many games have made me cry? That is very interesting. I have had one game give me like an existential crisis. That's a big one. Thank you for the follow. Anyway, let me return that. Let me return that. If you're the kind of person who can say the kind of things that you said in that clip, but also cry to a game on stream, I think we're gonna get along well. A game about art and sense of self and grief. Ooh, oh damn. Okay, you know what? I'll have to look into that one. I'm very much not a rhythm game person, but like we can make this work. I'm sure. Oh wait. Oh, I think I've seen something about this. Well, it has some amazing visuals too. About sense of self. Yeah, I think I might have heard about that. Okay. I'll maybe look into it if it's like, oh god. I like to think that I have a decent sense of rhythm, but like, as soon as it gets to the point where I need to like pay attention to all these different letters and stuff, and like all these arrows or whatever they use in the game to input the rhythm stuff, it's not one of my most important piece of art in my heart. Oh wow, damn, that is, man. Thank you so much for choosing me after something so impactful to you. So yeah, well, hey, I guess let's get right into the point of this whole thing, huh? Let me tell y'all what we're doing today using this little short that I made. Art therapy is a way to connect to and explore your deepest thoughts and emotions using art. It can be hard to find the words to really grasp those feelings and get them out there, and art can offer a gentle and safe way to unearth what goes on deep inside. And you might be surprised what you'll find there. Sometimes you think you know what something looks like, but then when you sit down to draw it, you realize you actually have no idea. Trying to depict your feelings makes you really have to understand what they are. Doing this in a group setting can provide a healing sense of connectedness and offer up whole new perspectives on your own inner world. I'm not a therapist myself, but I developed an interactive stream concept based on my own experiences with art therapy called Introspective Art, which I stream every Sunday on Twitch and YouTube. You don't have to be a great artist to take part. It's all about the process of expressing yourself and sharing it with others. So come hang out sometime. Yeah, sorry, I realized in the middle of that I didn't have my drink with me. So yeah, we're doing like a peer sort of, what does Cider describe it as? Like a peer setting art therapy something. Yeah. And yeah, so the idea is that like the way we do it at the clinic that I do it at, we get together, talk about what we've been up to recently, and then I'll figure out like what has been on our minds recently, what have we been struggling with, and then there's a half-hour timer, which we might increase. Because like I've been running out of time recently a lot. And then there is a link to submit those things to a Google form, so we can make sure that everyone who might find it too risky to share those things can do so anonymously without it being associated with them directly. And then I take in every submission and show it to everyone, and then I try to like describe like what does this evoke in me, what kind of thoughts come to mind, without making it about the person, but like more trying to give my own perspective. to give like a kind of sense of connection, and yeah, to offer up some new perspectives. Like, for example, I had someone at that group who felt like they were not really getting anywhere, but I could tell from the way that their art has been going, that compared to a few weeks earlier, the painting she made turned far more like clear, like she was making strides, and that was pretty beautiful. She didn't realize that, but I could tell her like, hey, I feel like you're getting somewhere, and even though you don't see it, but like right there, like this feels stable. Joining Discord and you will regret it. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you, Kleeper. Also, Jang and the Couch Bongos gang. Hello. Couch Gregor. Hello. Welcome in. Yes. Peer art therapy. I don't think that's a word, but I'll take it. I do have to go lurk in Demotion. Yes, please do. Please do. Thank you again for the raid. I'll be sure to try and hop by you too. By your streams. Yeah. So, yeah. Golly gosh. So let's get started. What has been on you guys' minds recently? For me personally, it is, like I said, the thing that my brain hasn't really been working really well. I had like, in my schedule, I planned for Wednesday to be a day where I really get some good rest in, so I can be like refreshed for the rest of the week. And then I started streaming on Thursday, and it was just like, my brain still not work. What I do, how do I thought, how do I words? And I was like, I think I really failed to rest anything but my body, I feel like I'm not being a good parent to myself, so to speak. Like only taking care of my physical needs, but my brain, my mind and stuff like that, I'm still just like pouring like junk food into it the whole time, so to speak. Not in terms of like actual food, but like in terms of stuff that I inject into my eyeballs. Not literally also, but you know what I mean, like YouTube stuff and streams and whatnot. And I don't think that gave me the time to like actually properly rest my brain. I feel like there's, as much as like there is a what do I want to say? There's like that unity between your body and your mind. But I guess the thing is that like your brain is also part of your body, Your brain also needs rest. And I guess, it needs rest not just while you're sleeping. Sleep is also not the most restful thing, actually. Like, it's kind of like it starts this whole process like recompiling, I don't know, not compiling. Recompiling your brain would probably be pretty inadvisable. Defragmenting, that was the thing. Have you considered not pouring shit into your eyeballs? I have. Maybe that explains why they're so pink all the time. I'm quite stressed these days because stuff, so I also get brain no worky days a few times a week, including right now. Yeah, stress probably also plays a big role. Especially, yeah, my stress has definitely been turned into like the kind of chronic thing, where I'm just chronically stressed. Yeah, I think with that especially, I need to consciously make efforts to de-stress and give my brain some real rest. So yeah. What else was there? So yeah, that's, I don't know, that's my subject. Taking conscious effort to distress, right? Breath exercises aren't enough. We need bigger lungs. I'm not sure that's the issue. Stuff like breathing exercises, they can only do so much, right? Like, I know for myself, there was a time where I pretty regularly did progressive muscle relaxation and stuff like that, but it turned into that thing where I just kind of went through the motions, and it was just kind of like, okay, now I take 15 minutes to do this thing because it's important, and I didn't do it like for its own sake, so I could never really get into the actual mindset of truly relaxing. You're in a state of mania doing fan art, really? I didn't even know you did fan art. I didn't know you did art. It's a rare moment of like actually learning something about you as a person. Hang on, let me take a sip here. Check size Discord. Oh. Hello there. Hello there, person. Thank you for becoming part of the herd. Hello. You have an interesting name. By the way, follows are anonymous. So if, yeah, because, you know, people have anxieties and stuff. So if you want to be perceived more openly, then hello, can we toe hold? I'm afraid I don't have toes. I actually have hooves. I do have fingers, but I'm not sure hand holding is within Twitch TOS. So we're gonna have to come back to that after stream. I don't have anxiety, I'm a very social butterfly. Well, I'm glad to hear that. So see Creeper, this is how you do it. You introduce yourself, you tell people what you are, like a butterfly. Yeah. So yeah. Okay, I'll Creeper, please remind me after stream. Since you're on Discord now, you can just write it in the Discord to remind me, because I'll read it later. Cause yeah, that's beside the point. So yeah. AJ, what has been stressing you recently? If you don't mind sharing, like if that's something you would like to turn into a subject for the stream. I'm Clipper. I'm a thing you regret, I see. I guess that is as good an explanation as we can get. Yeah. Yeah, so my suggestion for the theme today would be like, you know, when brain not work. something that is like a little silly, lighthearted, but can, I think, have some real depth. Because, like, you know, it's like going into like, what does my brain feel like when it's not working, and like, what can I do for it to help that, you know? Lots of stuff, mainly going back to uni next year, though, because I'm currently in a gap year. Oh, a gap year? Is that like, I'm trying to remember what that is. Is that just like when you choose to sit out a year? When brain not work is a good topic. My brain not work quite often, yeah. I think that's pretty common. I would do something Terry related, but I expended all my spoons on making Cider's model yesterday. Cider's model? God damn. That's impressive. Took 2 semesters off. Oh, for like health related reasons? Or something else? Again, only if you don't mind sharing. Yeah. It's a low poly model I did for the memes. Oh, that's cool though. Like, yeah. Financially broke. Broke with a Q. Oh my gosh. That is some ancient brokenness. So, yeah, I imagine that can be very stressful. Like when you haven't done it for so long and then it's like jumping right back in. It's like you feel like you probably have forgotten everything you'd learned so far, and yeah. But it's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna make it happen. Might be a little bit rough at the start, but you'll get back into it. Why are classical artists always starving? They're all Baroque. There we go. Yeah. So, let us decide, is that the subject we're going with? When brain not work? Cause yeah. I'm okay with that. Connie is cool with it. Which one? Your brain? No, the subject, when brain not work, or something like that. Brain not work. Basically. A little introspection on like, yeah, okay. Alright. Then, I guess let's give ourselves a little bit more time than usual. Let's say, let's try like 30, I don't know, let's go with 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Why not? Brain no work, he submits blank canvas. Oh no. I mean, that would work, I guess. It would not be the most inspiring piece, but it would be very much on topic. Which, by the way, I mean, yeah, just to remind everyone, for anyone who might be lurking, you don't have to be an artist to take part. It's just about the process of, you know, thinking about what you want to put on the paper, or the canvas, or the whatever. And then, yeah, that's what it's about. Okay, let us proceed. 39 minutes left, and I haven't opened the canvas yet, but that is fine. I did spot, not watch, a video about what is happening in your brain when you struggle to find the right word, the word that you're looking for, when it's like right on the tip of your tongue. I get that so much. I should really look into what causes that. I feel like that's related to the brain fog. And I don't know if the video actually has like anything to any kind of advice about how to deal with that. I feel like that's probably outside of the scope of it, but I don't know. I do not know. So, yeah. When you think about like your brain not working, when you look, if it's like not working right now, for instance, and you look in there, like, what can you see? What's going on there? Is it like foggy? Is it like just blank? Is what do you feel causes it? What do you feel about it? You know, there's a lot of ways to approach this. In what ways do you feel like you could maybe help yourself make the brain worky better? What kind of color does the feeling have that you associate with this? What kind of shapes Doesn't have to be anything much. So, let me see. What about myself? What is up with myself? What is up with my brain? What does it do? Katya, hello. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. I have an inkling of an idea. Let's trust the process here. Doing good. Yesterday was the start of my 3rd year on HIT. Ooh. The start of your 3rd year, so you're 2 years in. How's it going for you? Is it treating you well? Here's boobies. Good. I'm happy for you. Good. Let's see. Okay. Let's go with that. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. Just 2 years until you get your HRT degree. The best stress balls ever. I imagine so, yeah. That does sound like it would be very de-stressing to squeeze. Hang on, I feel like I shouldn't be talking about that on stream though. Well, wait, just gotta make sure. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's the right color. Love you too. Meanwhile, gear slaps thigh. Heck yeah. Hi there, Eradicator. Oh wait, oh. Never mind. Woman transitioning goes from stress balls to stress balls. Yeah, the other balls there are very much not very stress resistant, ironically enough. Balls, yes. Correct. Airbrush. Speak for yourself. Okay. I meant that, like, they cause stress. Oh, true. Balls? Yes. Going to restrain myself from the comment crunchy, but I cannot. Well... There have been worse things said here, including by myself, so he's okay. That is too much. That is too much. We have found a soft blend that is too soft. Actually, now that you mention it, I'm not sure. Nah. Point me to the transgressor. The call is coming from inside the house, I'm afraid. Okay, yeah. I think that's yeah. We can work with this. And then I alpha lock this. And make it like so. And now we can go with like the real soft blend. Favorite sort of coffee. Heck yeah. Honestly, this looks super smudgy, but that does work for what I'm trying to get at, so not bad. We're at half an hour. I hope Suba is okay. Man, it's such a dream to have a viewer who is so so consistent. That's a good word, yeah. So consistent that like you get worried when you don't see them, you know? Like, oh gosh, they're not here today. What's going on? I can de-alpha the lock. It is a little unfortunate that maybe we can add another layer in the background. Yeah. Okay, yeah. As opposed to, whoa, Cleaper's not here today, thank God. No, I never think that. That's not to say that I don't sometimes think, oh God, Cleaper. But I never think, thank God, Cleaper's not here today. Okay. Now I have the vague canvas, but what do I actually put on there? We have a kind of orange and blue, so, well, I guess in between there, let's go with green. Sure, like that. Okay. If I wanna get more going here, yeah, that always works. Also, interesting point. You know what? Merge down. There we go. Simplified that whole thing. You know what? How about what happens if... Oh, wow. Okay, that's maybe a little intense. And that doesn't seem to do anything. Very interesting. Okay. Oh, this is really nice, actually. Although that's not exactly what it's supposed to look like. Now that I think about it, but it's an interesting concept. There's something to keep in mind for later, maybe. Although, wait, what if I do? Oh, the opposite. Right, the opposite. That is what I should be doing.
Hello.
Hello, Elonir. How are you doing? I don't know. Let's stay a little bit more traditional, because if I end up... We're almost at the halfway point. Holy crap. You're doing great. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. So, we're almost at the halfway point, so I should really get down to brass tacks and figure out what I'm actually doing here. Is there anything particular that you're feeling great about? Or just regular great? Just like life's good because things are good. If that makes sense. Just in general, but also 3 more days to work this year. Ah, looking forward to your little vacation. I see. You have any plans for the vacation? Anything exciting? Or anything like super unexciting, just like extremely relaxing? Just Christmas. Do you enjoy Christmas? For me, the holidays are always just like... I end up stressing about like finding some meaningful way to spend them that doesn't make me feel like I You know, it's one of those things. I don't really care about the occasion itself, but I do feel like if I spent Christmas and New Year's Eve just alone by myself, it just makes me sad. It kind of fell apart. Aw. I've got a seat on the train. I'm happy. Hey, I'm glad to hear that. Oops. Come to think of it, I didn't even know that Twitch Mobile had a mode with no image, just sound. But now that I think about it, never mind. I guess it just means that you lock the phone and then it just keeps playing. That is a thing, yes. I keep forgetting that exists. Don't you celebrate Christmas with your family? Well, the thing about my family is that it's not much of a family. I'm gonna spend it with my mother and, you know, my stepfather, I guess. Aside from that, there's pretty much only my sisters left. And with my sisters, I have basically no relationship whatsoever. And that is a little bit sad. Chrome also had a radio mode, and there's a Firefox plugin available. I use it when Wi-Fi is very slow. Oh. No worries, Clipper. There's also actual audio-only mode, which I'm using right now, which you can activate in stream settings and allows you to hear things and chat without loading video. Oh, right, yeah, otherwise you wouldn't be able to chat, obviously. Yeah, now that I think about it, there has to be a mode like that. Okay, so I had a really cool concept in my mind. Now, how the heck do I actually do anything with this? How the heck? Hellcat, hello! Hello, hi, hello, hi, hello, blah, 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 blah. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Was getting a little lonely without you. So... Okay, hang on. How about... I had such a vague idea in my head, but like I'm not sure how it's working out. Oh no. I am once again squashed by ambition, or maybe, I guess it's not ambition. I guess, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit ambition. Maybe it's a little bit ambition. It's a little bit of a bunch of things. Yeah, let's go with that. There's a bunch of things. Bunch of things. Just bunch of things. Wait, what is buncha? I was thinking of pancho. That's a different thing. Buncha and pancho, different things. But buncha is also a thing. Or is it a thing? I think it might be a person. It is definitely a person. I do know it's a person. Hi there, Monomusa. Hello. Thank you for that, pets. Sure. I don't know. Okay, it's taking shape, kind of. Well, salutations, salivations, not that, no salivating here. Unless it's for, what was the guy called? What was the guy, the dog guy called? Pavlov, for Pavlov reasons, for Pavlovian reasons, yes. Salivating for Pavlovian reasons, yes. I mean, I guess you could also salivate for non-Pavlovian reasons, and then you know, just be like, wow, I sure am hungry, I sure could go for some food. Managed to quickly scrape a sketch together, and hi everyone, hello. Oh, God.
Taiju, after several years, I had a breakthrough in my cloning research. I am so happy, I am beside myself.
Hi Snowhive, nice to meet you and you. There's also the dessert, baklava. Dessert? Yes, baklava. Baklava, very dessert. Whenever I hear baklava, I think of balaclava, which is a different thing. Decidedly different. Yeah. Speaking of Pavlov, we have come to the point where I hear taiju, and like my heart rate increases, my blood pressure. Let's say my blood pressure. Yeah, definitely that part. Sure, let's go. Let's do the thing now. Let's do that thing. Yeah, dude. Let's do that thing. Wow. Sure. I think baked lava would because I'm a bit childish. I guess you are. But isn't that a beautiful thing? Was able to submit and... God, you're so fast. Dear me. You are not in danger of running out of time. But yeah, thank you for submitting. Sure. Let's increase this a little bit. Let's increase this a lot, actually. Yeah. Yo, Windbreaker, hello. Thank you for the stretch. Came home, came to stream, sketched and submitted. Heck yeah. Oh, welcome home. It can have a beautiful side to it, and still the inner grown-up must not be neglected. It is true. Let me take a sip. Golly gosh, man. We're out here failing to produce anything in time. Sweet. Wait. Over here. I don't know. Sure. Let's sketch. Blah. No. Wait, are we on the wrong layer? Oh no. That is not good. Oh god, I need to practice that. You know what? I don't know why, but I do need to practice that. By the way, there's an ad break coming soon to a stream near you, like to a stream right in front of your eyes. Honestly, it's pretty amazing how that works. Anyway, if you or someone close to you is down with the sickness, you might be eligible for compensation. Hi there, Lucky Loopy. God, good lord, how do we have like 5 minutes left? I guess that happens when, like, you have basically no idea what you're doing. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Considering that, like, you know, the whole point here is that that I'm very sleepy. That I'm very brain empty, brain not work. You know, it do make sense. It do make sense. Also, I picked the wrong. That explains a lot of things, honestly. That explains many a thing. I want burger sauce on fry. You have the power to make the change happen that you want to see in the world.
Taiju, I just wanted to hear the German robot say your name. Carry on.
Thank you. Thank you, Fessy. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's just real quick actually get something going here. Such as Taiju. No. Hang on. Heck. No. Here. Hello, Mr. Katsune, how are you doing? How are you doing, my sweet pea? Are you having a good time? I hope you're having a good time. If you're not having a good time, well, I'm sorry to hear that. What? Okay. Now, hang on. I need to log in for a moment. I don't know if this makes sense, but it's what's happening. It is what is happening. Okay, time is technically up, but we're taking a little moment here. Just a little moment. Okay. Merge down, then we do this. Oh no, wait. Shit, no, don't merge that. I put that on that layer. I should not have put that on that layer. Oh gosh, oh no, oh dear. Hang on. I messed up. Oops. Maybe, you know what, trust the process. We'll make this work to our benefit. It'll just be, well, okay. Sure. Art and it was bad. Maybe we'll upload to Discord later. Aw. It's okay if it doesn't look good. I mean, you know, you can see what is happening right here. You know, that doesn't look very good, but it is something. It is the thing that happened. It do be like that. Lafate, hi. Indulging in a puzzle, the solution sets me smirking. Or turning on a movie show and watch a scene to your jerking. Perhaps I sit and stare outside or in a Twitch stream lurking. All this and more I adore when I should be working. Aw. Is that your submission or? Only gonna be here a little longer. Your girl has a date and she'll be here in 10 to 15. Ooh, your girl has a date. Is it the same person as recently? You still going strong? It is. Ooh. I'm happy to hear that. Okay. You know what? Cuddle and watch Arcane all day. My god, that... Oh, I'm so jealous. It's not that bad. It's not that it's bad. It doesn't deliver on much the intent. That is an issue. But hey, I'm glad that you considered joining us. I'd love to see you participate and submit to one of these. And you know, if you submit it to the Discord, I'll look at that. I'll look at that and give you my thoughts on that as well. Yes. Maybe that was a little bit much. This is good. Okay. Don't hate me because I got game. Whoa, I don't. I'm still jealous though. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Ba, 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 ba. Hang on, just gonna make sure I didn't miss anything. You accept late submissions. Yay, as long as they come in while I'm still going through the stuff. You know? While I'm still looking at things. Okay, 3 submissions already. Let's go. Oh, ba, 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 ba. What are you laughing at? I was slow on ads? Oh, sorry, I don't remember. Her car's in a ditch. Oh no! Oh dear. That is not good. That's just how the weather around here be. Oh dear. Is it slippery? Oh dear. What, why? Why should I be jealous? Because, like, that sounds really lovely. Yeah. Man. Car in a ditch, though. That sounds like oopsie-daisy. Wait, why did I click on that? Hello, I'm back. Well, yeah, brain not worky. Okay. We brain, I am brain here. Hello. Okay. We have a submission. I live somewhere that's only technically considered a mild biome because the extreme summer heat and extreme winter cold averages out. Huh. Does that make a mild biome? Huh. 40 minutes of drying was enough for me to want to seek a chiropractor. Yeah, I have a little thing that is used to, like, I guess usually put like a keyboard on there to like raise it a little bit at a slope, so I don't have to lower my head as much. So yeah, this one's very simple. When brain not work, person just sleep, just like it's not. Notably, it is not just sleep in bed. It is like just in a corner of the couch, and just like the. It's like, oh, super, hello. I have a little thing. Did I say that? Is that something I said? I don't remember. Oh gosh, good morning, Suba. Alright, I have this thing. Thing ASMR. Ooh. The what why was towards the band comment. What? The band comment? What? We're gonna cuddle and watch our game? Ban. I see. I keep both a space heater and a fan next to my desk and just swap them out. I see. Tayu's banging his thing on the table again. If it made that noise, I would be concerned. Probably not good for the spine. Yeah. Yeah. So like falling asleep on like in the corner of a couch, like fully clothed and everything, feels like it's not intentional. You know, it feels like just kind of a low energy. Feels like exhaustion, honestly. Also interesting that it's so sloped. You know, and the fact that it's sloped down towards the right makes it feel like the whole Like the whole living room is gonna like slide down into the corner, down the right into a chasm or something. Gives it a very like unbalanced feel, very like you know, the colors and everything give it this kind of lively sense. But like, yeah, this like kind of like a Dutch angle in movies. But specifically here, it really feels like it's not just like, ooh, something is weird, but like it really feels like sliding down into nothingness. Like, you know, it has that kind of hint of deterioration, I guess, of like sliding towards some kind of death, some kind of doom. Yeah, I get the sense of like it feels like, you know, kind of playfully playing with the idea, but like still there's a lot of exhaustion there. Like it's not just that the brain isn't working, it feels like the brain, if the brain is not working, then it's because like the entire body needs rest. The entire body is overworked. No. The grainy quality of the lines and everything also adds to that. It feels like kind of dreamlike, kind of like unstable. At least the feet are uncovered, you know, looking comfy. Though I hope it's nice and warm there. Otherwise you're gonna have cold feet. I like that the nap couch is colorful and the other one and the wall is grey. Like the only appealing thing is the nap when the brain will work. Yeah. Terry's staring at the feet disrespectfully. No, I'm respecting the dogs. You know. Yeah, no, like legit. I really just meant like there's a hint of like comfiness to that, you know. I associate naked feet with being comfy and cozy, I guess. Respect the dogs or get bit. Yes. Okay. Splashes through the surface, gasping. Coverage! Welcome back! The more naked I am, the more comfortable I am. Yeah. I gotta ask too, how do you actually interpret these? Just in any aspect you can imagine, or are there specific specific things you guys look for? Just anything that comes to mind, like, you know, yeah, anything that comes to mind. Like, you can interpret it as like, in terms of like real art analysis, which, you know, that's why I mentioned that it's sloping to the right, because like, in terms of cinematography and other such stuff, we read an image from left to right, so we expect the right to be where things are going, and in this image things are going downward. So yeah, I quite enjoy how like first interpret the subject into art, and then art gets translated back to the subject, but so many new meanings come to light which might not even had known it before, but just feels right. There's a hot tub place nearby I like to visit. You rent out a hot tub and it's entirely private. Ooh, that sounds so nice. Had a few first dates there and never stayed clothed. Oh me, oh my. That's an interesting place for a first date. Alright. Let us see what they had to say about this one. My thought process on this piece was when Is brain off is usually when exhausted. After a long day of helping people with their issues, come home and lay onto the sofa, and not too long after just drift to sleep and don't seem to get much more done that day. Guess it reflects on my generic issue with starting to do things. Check the clock, oh, 5 p.m, day's almost over. And instead of playing a game I'd enjoy, I just end up doing nothing. Browsing internet, maybe watching YouTube. Yeah, like, especially that kind of work where you like constantly have to be helping people. People are constantly talking to you and you just need to be constantly like present and listening. That kind of thing. That you think, no, I'm sorry. I was hoping that no one would notice that misspeaking. God damn it. But everyone noticed. Everyone noticed. So, yeah, that is the kind of thing that like really makes your brain have a hard time working. Also, regarding that, Hyperspectrum, it's going okay, it's going good. Regarding that thing about having a hard time starting things when you feel like there's not much time left. I feel like that's an ADHD thing. Quick, make fun of it before I slip up. No. Tayu says something normal. Chat calm. Tayu excellently says something naughty. Chat alert. Real shit. You know what? That's. Hang on. We have meme formats for this. Let's hang on. Let me just snipping tool. Actually, wait. I don't need to snip that. I have stream markers. We have modern solutions for these things. A screenshot is not a modern solution anymore. We have stream markers. Okay, something naughty. During the day, 15-minute video, way too long, and during the night when I should go to sleep, 4-hour, 45-minute deep dive into a game I don't even know. Don't mind if I do. Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I might have been thinking of something a little different. There is an ADHD thing where, like, when you have an appointment coming up at some point, like in a few hours, then you feel like, oh no, I can't do anything until then. There's no time. I need to just sit here and waste time, kill time until that happens. Which actually, yeah, I guess that is still a similar thing, because like when you arrive back home and it's like, you know, the day is almost over, and it's like, oh yeah, I need to almost be basically in bed already. And checks clock, 5 hours. That's an ADHD thing, yeah. I mean, I think so. I've heard that that's a thing. I've heard that that is a thing. I've looked at. It's one of those situations where I think I've spotted a YouTube video where like, which I think was from a trustworthy source, who knows what they're talking about. And yeah, there was something about that's an ADHD thing. I need to look into that. And I think it might have also come up like during my ADHD self-help group thing. High-key considering making have a rotation of video essays I fall asleep to. High-key considering making one myself. I've been playing Pathologic and wanted to do a dissection on Pathologic in a post-COVID society. Ooh, interesting. Man, one day I'm gonna do those video essays that I've been meaning to do for many, many years. About trying to survive and cure a plague when nobody gets along or stays safe. Oh. Couple hours? Brothers, so I have a thing that if a thing is a couple of days in advance, oh god, that is terminal, I believe. I believe that is unfortunately terminal. The sleepiness wasn't supposed to mean anything, was just trying to do perspective. but really like the interpretation of it. So in hindsight, can claim it wasn't intentional. Sure, why not? I mean, there like maybe. I mean, it doesn't have to be like super intentional that like you try to convey demise or something through this kind of perspective, but like there's something there that like maybe, you know, the fact that you felt like you wanted to show it from this kind of perspective, maybe there was something going on there. I made it to day 4 in Pathologic. Apparently only 10% of the players do that. They're 13 days. Yeah, it's not an easy game. Not an easy game to get through. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. One. H-Bomber Guy's video on Pathologic is peak, yeah. That is the only reason I know it. Oh, interesting. Got a call back from someone else's image last week. Tiny stuff and anyone think recommend. Boko! Boko! Oh my god, 31 months. Boko, hi, hi, Boko, 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 Boko. Boko, Boko, Boko. 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 Everyone follow Boko. Boko is a sweet bean. A sweet bean with a very sweet voice and a very sweet sense of humor. And by sweet, I mean, you know, the cool way, like sweet. You know? A big sister vibe VTuber who is a big sister vibe because I said that she has big sister vibes, and I think that's really cool. Yes. I love media that makes you suffer. Noted. Don't catch the plague, shithead. That's beautiful. I just let my unconscious mind do the drawing, not really thinking too much about it, but hearing everyone's interpretation of the art is really eye-opening to what I truly might feel. Yeah, that's a good way to go about it. Infinity, square, go in square hole, but also triangle. A friend of Tay is a friend of mine. Yeah. Okay. The reason I know Pathologic is I have a terminal case of cultural depression and Russian. Noted. Okay, now hang on. Sorry, I got distracted. You get it or you don't. Just use your brain for once. Think harder. It's just that simple. So there's a blue square and right. I get it. Okay. So this person, it's interesting how like they're looking kind of down to the right, which kind of reminds me of the previous image where it's like it's got that tendency towards the bottom right. Hang on, let me clear my throat real quick. And like the eyes also have this like sense of being like kind of halved, kind of like cut in half, which gives this sense of not being quite there, being kind of absent in a sense, being kind of split. But yeah, more importantly, they have these clear ideas in their minds, and then they try to express them, and it doesn't come out right. It just turns into this gobbledygook, and yeah, they can't find the right way to actually get from that, to overcome that barrier between what's on your mind and what actually comes out of your mouth, you know? Hi there, Harvey the mailman. How are you doing? Hello. And then they're surrounded by the words from other people outside who are telling them that it should be super easy, like who are like implying that they're stupid for not understanding it. But and they feel like they don't understand it because, like, you know, they apparently don't have a good way to express what they think. But they are thinking the right thing, but like it's just not coming across well. This is your daily notification to draw end from the game Green Mountain, please. I shall not, but thank you for the notification. Hang on, let me clear my throat again. Yeah. No. To me, this feels like a mass of disorganization in a way, but not in a way that's like I can't think straight, but also it comes from the outside world in a way. There's a lot of people who speak and assume things about someone's thought processes and can feel like this, especially when you're unable to come up with something in the moment. Yeah, I do often very much worry that I come across as stupid. I think that might be like, you know, I have a thing where I at least used to get like really passionate about defending characters who are seen as stupid. Like freaking Naruto was always considered really dumb by like everyone in universe and out and stuff. And I'm just like, no, he's really smart. He can think on his feet and everything. And I feel like that's partly because because I was always given to understand that I am very intelligent, but also I had like really bad ADHD and like probably like already at a very young age some brain fog and stuff. So oftentimes I would really struggle to like express myself and find words and stuff like that, and it would come across as really dumb. That made me like really insecure about that. Yeah, can relate. Things are so hard to explain. Sometimes words and language is impossibly hard to explain what is going on inside the head. Man, would you believe that I also have spotted a YouTube video about figuring out how to actually say what's in your head? And I really need to actually watch that. This is really interesting. Go with Laura. Why no coverage? I'm so sorry. Sometimes you shouldn't have to be forced to explain. Sometimes you just have to admire. Admire? Admire who? It's like being able to comprehend the thing, but not making your brain do the thing. I need that video. Yeah, me too. I very much relate. Date in car, okay, but tow company will take a while to show. Oh man. I'm sorry to hear that. So, yeah. Yeah, man, this must be very frustrating. Or rather, I think it is. I think it is frustrating. Because, like, yeah, I think I know the feeling. Okay, what they had to say about this one. Much like the image shows, I can't really put into words what went on in my head while making this. Sometimes you can imagine something, but connecting brain to mouth, or in this case text, can be impossible. The image also shows the struggle with talking to other people when this happens and the hurtful things they could say. Explaining things sometimes is hard work. No. Would you mind sending me that video later so I can have it sit in my watch later forever as well? Well, I mean, just send me that query on Discord so I could look at it later. You silly goober. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Wow. Subtle little dot question mark, exclamation mark. It's just as simple as a statement that can sound somewhat motivating in my opinion. Opinion, what the hell is happening with my mouth? It can sound condescending, but in some cases it can also help someone overthink less on certain topics or learn something in bite sizes. It depends on how you convey it. Very much. Like, it's just that simple. That way of phrasing it is probably gonna come across as condescending. But like, there are ways to express that can really keep you from overthinking. But yeah, this is like, the colors do a lot of work here. Like, the background color is really like, kind of like, dull, kind of like really, you know, what are the words, like, kind of rotten, damp, or like, kind of moldy, I don't know, like that kind of like dull, greenish gray, where it's just like, feels like a sewer level, you know, like a sewer level background or something. Just like so dark and murky. Yeah, murky. Murky is a good way. And the lines, like, even the horizontal lines, they really give this sense of like something whooshing past, and it's like, but it's not really going anywhere. It's not really entering. It's like, the expression though, the expression is like, really, yes. Just this really, there's something so very intense about the eyes, and yet they're also like really unfocused and like kind of empty looking. Like, it really, to me, this really feels like that frustration of like, I know I have a thought there somewhere. I know it's like in there. Why is it not coming to me? Is it like under a pile of dirty laundry? Do I have a dirty pile of laundry in the corner of my brain? And my thoughts are just underneath there? And then, like, internally you're just throwing everything all over the place. Like, where is it? It's gotta be somewhere. How can I had it in my hand just now. How can I lose something that I just had in my hand? Like that thing when you misplace your glasses, but just for thoughts. I feel that so hard. Oopsie daisy. The eyes are my favorite part, yeah. The eyes and the eyebrows, like... God, yeah, this is really intense. I misplaced my thoughts and now I can't think. I do not think, therefore I do not am. In my experience, if someone is struggling to think, it's not just that simple. I mean, it can be. Like, sometimes when someone is struggling to think, it has a lot to do with nerves. And then overthinking it, like, can really, you know, be part of it. Ah, Evil Miara, hello. Thank you. Aw, thank you so much for the biddies. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you... I'm glad you enjoy what I do and appreciate it, and it helps you. Yeah. Yeah, so... Small day. Hi, Analog. If someone is struggling to think, yeah, like, struggling to think can have a lot to do with nerves. And yeah, that can lead you down that road of like trying to overthink everything, and that can only make it worse. So I do get what they're saying, that like it can help you to in some way express that, like, hey, it's not that complicated, just you're overthinking it. Just calm down and then think of it in like basic terms. Me too, Fessy, me too. Brain laundry. Oh, thank you, Connie. The pain of overthinking. Oh yes, indeed. I do not am. Okay, let's see what they had to say. Sometimes when our brain just shuts down, it's not usually down to a sort of short circuit, but due to overwhelming circumstances or overstimulating circumstances. A lot of the time it causes my anxiety to essentially pilot my system, and paranoia often comes over, regardless if whatever caused me to essentially shut down was mundane or not. It's a rough situation. Kijo the Hellcat is also subjected to this, and given he is expressive by nature, I felt he fits me best. Oh. Okay. A shutdown by overstimulation and overwhelmedness causes anxiety to essentially pilot your system and can turn to paranoia. Yeah, that makes sense. Like stress. Stress is tightly related to like fight and flight. And then yeah, it would make sense that like anxiety can come from that. And like yeah. Gotta hop off, go from work to home. Okay, take care. Have a good. Thank you for hanging out, and thank you for the submission, and thank you for being you. Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, honestly, yeah, that is extremely sensible. Oh, it reminds me of like how I have a hard time having like a verbal argument with people, because people often get very passionate very quickly about like whatever they're arguing about, right? And as soon as I notice that they're like getting really emotional and loud and stuff, then like it's too much for me. It stresses me out, and then I can't words anymore. And yeah, that feels like a similar thing. Hello dear. Well, thank you for that. And fight or flight or freeze. And then next one. Ooh. If anyone raises their voice at our tale, I will break them. Oh. No need. So first of all, this is very cute. I very much relate to like that figure. It has like these it feels very like brain empty. But also, what is that kind of like scaffolding? What is the word for that? Why do I get the sense that this is like kind of a dishwasher or something? Just because of the dishes? So gotta focus myself, even though the brain resists. So the figure, the colors first of all, very strongly expressive, very like black and white, and like gives it a very like blank feel, which reinforces the figure, who also looks like very blank, very simple, like a being that just barely functions. A drying rack a bit. Yeah, I guess so. And then, I do. Hang on. I guess I should tell you guys. This one has a title. It's called Pig Brain. Pig Brain. So I'm picking at the brain. It is interesting. What is up with the cup? Is it supposed to be like a dishwasher thing? A drying rack? Probably not. So, Oh. It's only a random file name? Oh, okay, never mind. It does have like picking at the brain though. And I do get that sense. Like picking at the brain. Like the brain seems to be exposed. It's like, oh wait, yeah, now that I think about it. It's like the brain is open and it's like, yeah, it's like there's been some very basic attempts to kind of cover up the brain, and yet still stuff keeps falling out. And then like I'm not sure what to make of the cup, but like when I look at this, I get the sense that this figure is looking at the cup and like, what was I meaning to do? This cup is empty. Did I mean to make tea? I think that might have happened. I think I might have meant to make tea. Huh. And it just like fell out at some point. It's man. It's like a very is there a way to say pathetic that doesn't sound mean? The figure has a very like a feel like you kind of want to laugh at it because it's like so cute and stuff, but like it's also very like, man, you look so barely functional with like these arms. The arms feel so weak. Like this figure is like so barely capable of living by itself. Diminutive, meek. And it makes me feel sorry. It feels like really helpless if like seeing it as an expression of oneself. Like a lack of trust in yourself. Feeling like you're just kind of this little helpless creature which doesn't even have a fully protected brain, just kind of flying around there, kind of wobbling around in your open cranium, stuff falling out like out of a popcorn basket. And it's actually kind of sad. Looks like reinforcement for concrete. Oh, yeah. True. A carcass? A carcass? Or clay? It speaks to me that the brain is full of material, but the creation doesn't quite require the parts that are readily available. Thus creating a need to search oneself for the answer or part they need. Ooh. Oh. The brain is full of material, but the creation doesn't quite require the parts that are readily available. Thus creating a need to search oneself for the answer or part they need. Oh, God, that is deep. I left the train to a really foggy, glittery frosty ass night, and it's kind of magical. Ooh, take photos. Silent Hill, but not intimidating. that's a vibe. That's a way to describe something. It could also be like a cage preventing them from accessing their thoughts. Oh, yeah, that's true. But it does feel like that kind of reinforcement thing. Like there's supposed to be something there. Oh, wait. Maybe, maybe they're looking at the cup kind of like, yes, this is me. I relate to this. I too am just an empty container. An empty container without a lid. Or what Hellcat said, like, maybe what the cup is standing on is like one of those, well, I guess not one of those turning, what do you call them? One of those turning, one of those rotating, what do you call them? Pottery tables. But like, yeah, maybe they are creating that cup. Maybe they are making that cup and using parts of themselves to make it. Oh, a pottery wheel. Yes, that's what it is. Thank you. Cool spinning magical circle, yes. And if that's what it is, if they're using parts of themselves to create this, then what it feels like to me, you create stuff from your head? Then it still gives me a sense of like kind of recreating something that you associate with yourself. I'm creating a small version of myself, an empty container. Small and fragile, but beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what they have to say about this. If brain is currently no worky, in the sense that my mind is blank, I try to pick my own brain and find something meaningful enough to do. Usually I'll pick an interest or two, represented by the divisions in the brain, though I know that's not how the brain works. I'll pick an interest or two and see how I can expand my knowledge on it, and possibly go in deep rabbit holes to get my passion for the subject or subjects going, and increase my motivation, and therefore increase my brain juice activity in a good way, represented by the potter making in the image. I guess this part isn't well represented in the image, but if brain is no worky due to stress, I do not tough it out. I let myself rest because I know I'll not be able to be productive if the required parts of my brain are unavailable, quote unquote, or used up, represented by the censored / hatchet parts of the brain divisions. Also, my sincere apologies for any potters that may see this. I don't actually know how pottery equipment works. No worries. Okay. That is actually very cool if you have that self-awareness to know that, like, what to do about this when it strikes, when the brain no worky. Yeah. And yeah, it's one of those situations where everyone got a very different idea from this than the one that was intended, but you know, that's what this is all about, is that, like, you know, we all have our what we see in it is what we put into it. You know, I see myself there in someone who's just kind of like a little guy who's just kind of, I don't know how things work. But yeah, I can see what you mean now. It's like, what can I do here? What is there to do here? Yes. I can find something here to create things and create something beautiful. I did pick my own brain here by recycling the Cuphead things I did last time. Also thanks for the interpretation and comments. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for your submission. Okay, there is an ad coming up soon. I think we might have to snooze those ads. I will now call myself Dishwasher Brain since I am the dishwasher in the house. Good. Take pride in it. Oh god. So like I was trying to say, it's more like a kind of it's kind of like a kind of like the thing that's like come on, think, this is important, please. I gotta think I'm done if I don't keep talking. Please wait, I need time to find my thoughts again, please. Oh god. The stress, man. The stress that like, I feel that. The framing of the person who's trying to say something as like this kind of video that's being watched by like a whole room full of people just staring, just full of anticipation, all eyes on them. And I was like, god, I can feel that stress. I can feel that stress so much. Yeah, man, I don't even know what else to say. It's just, yeah. Oh man, I just caught the thing. The video is buffering. You know, it's trying to get somewhere. It was just like, what was the thing? What was the thing that comes next? No. Yeah. Trying to actually buffer more, trying to build up more of a buffer, so you know, figure out what you actually wanted to say next. But it's not coming, and you need more time. I feel this. It is painfully real. Like the red, the explosive red and yellow. And why is the outside blue like that though? Was grabbing food? Welcome back. I do wonder why it's a video though, as opposed to a live presentation that requires more quick thinking in real time. Partially I think it might just be personal association. I think this might be a situation that often comes up in voice chats. And, this feels like a massive contrast in mentality. The bar to me signals stress rather than like a video buffering bar. Yeah, I think the fact that like the outside is all blue and whitish, you know, like kind of blank. The people are kind of blank because like I feel like the focus is so strongly on like how you are being perceived in that moment. That's a general you, by the way. When you feel like all eyes are in you, like everything else just kind of fades away and you're just kind of in your head like, where's the thing? Where's my line? And the blue, I think, intensifies how much the eyes are on them, because like it's a perfect contrast to the orange red for inside the image, inside the moving image. So it really draws the eye there. Yeah. Okay, let's read. I got that ADHD thing where my brain struggles to keep up with my mouth and I catch up on all the words that have loaded before I have time to come up with the next ones. And I stutter a lot because if I stop talking, people will, and have assumed I was finished talking and interrupt me, which stresses me out more because I'm not done. So I feel like I have to fill the dead air with something to indicate that I'm not finished. But that process of making sure I don't get interrupted also stresses me out and reduces my ability to actually think of the words I need to say. Oh god. Oh no. Could also be calmness, like a misinterpretation of pressure that may not even exist. Yeah, it might be kind of giving the benefit of the doubt to the other people, like they are being nice and calm, you know? They are being nice, but I'm still stressed. It's like a buffering loading bar on a video, except if the brain featured in the video thinks too hard about making it load more, it loads slower. Yeah. I made the gray quote-unquote loaded part have a blurred edge into the unloaded part because my thought-feeling chemicals are often only partially translated into English and ready to send, and there's a gray area between what I know how to articulate and what's still loading in. And I deliberately made it so my Sona is not gripping the playhead. She's behind it as part of the video because she does not have control over the loading times of the video she is inside. Oh yeah, true. So she just futilely pulls at it. The better solution is to try to relax and communicate at the people I'm talking with that I have brain loading issues and need time to think without being interrupted. But sometimes the people are so overwhelming in either lack of understanding of me or time constraints or number of them or any combination of those, so that solution doesn't always seem viable or work if tried. Background with bright cyan, focus on the video because the pressure of all eyes on me. Video background with bright orange, focus on the middle as a visual representation of stress. Like, you know, those video games where you're about to die and your blood is in the corners of your vision and you hear your heartbeat? I tried to draw that vibe. Real. The text in the video fills the whole screen on the side that I'm facing to show that my brain is full of thoughts of how I'm not thinking properly and I need to think and leaving no room for the thoughts and words I'm trying to find. The text also gets lighter as time goes on towards the bottom of it to show that my thoughts get less and less clear and panic increases the more pressure's on me. God, every single time, there's just so much more thought in there than I could ever have anticipated. Gonna press 2 times and wrap in presentations, heck yeah. Okay, there's an ad break about to come in. So, yeah. But this was our final submission. So, yeah, I'm gonna be, showing y'all what I drew in the meantime, myself, and talk about that, I guess. Almost done. Oh gosh. Okay. I guess you know what? If it's gonna be like that, then we'll take 5 minutes. If Kleeper's doing a thing, then we'll take 5 minutes. Be right back. It's just up the elevator and down the hall. Sure, what the heck.
So that's not to say you
Show me the presidential suite. It sounds lovely. What? You can't do that! Fuck! Rude! Can someone clip that? Holy shit! I was in the middle of talking to a dude. Holy crap. No! You keep moving forward, because you are not alone. And then the guitar comes in and is like, yeah. You know, that's the point where you really begin believing it. At first you're just like faking it. You're just like You keep moving forward, like mechanically, because like you know you have to do something. Like it's just ingrained in you. But like the guitar is when it like starts really hitting you. Like, yeah, I am not alone. I will keep moving. And a freaking choir in the background, like, yeah, bro, you really aren't alone. Gonna do this. Gonna change the world, kid. Yoru's evolving. I'm gonna be strong and a credit to the team. Look at him! Look at him! He's beautiful! I failed to read the Pokedex entry. Oh, that was adorable. I love him. Let me see what you can do. Okay. Okay, is that something you can do? I mean, I don't know, maybe it is. But can we actually go down here? Oh. Well then, we could just go in there. Okay. Ah, so from working out? Oh, cool. I'm glad you worked out. I haven't been doing that in a while because, you know, I've been sick, like, you know. Hope you can catch me soon too. Ah, 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Hi, Cat. How you doing? The hotel. Do I want to do this? Do I want to try the hotel? Sure. Why not? Maybe the hotel is like super easy. Oh no. ってなんだよ。Hello, pig. Oh, look at me. I'm a pig. I'm dead. Look at my rotting corpse. Hello, dummy. How are you doing? I might be dead, but I'm happy. Oh, hello, Rex. Let me just go to somewhere else. Hi, Alex. Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? Hang on, let me give you a shout out. Like, you cute. You. You cutie. Anyway, let's go. Hey. I'm back. My first impression of Tay is a very calm and peaceful guy. Now I just saw him playing with pig corpses. Nice contrast. It takes the full spectrum of human experience to be a goat or something. Yes. Hello. Hi. Chaos. Yes. Hello. Hi. Hello. Okay. Okay. So here is my thing that I do. I did hear what you said about BBL, yes. You did. So, I'm not the most happy about this, how this turned out. I feel like I want to improve something here. still after stream. But actually, you know what? Kleeper is still working on his stuff, so you know, well, let's where's my pen? I can tell that you're down there. No. That is not the right layer. So yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on this? What does this evoke on you? On you? What does this evoke in you? Within you? All across you? In the membrane? I admit that it's not all entirely clear. Which, to be fair, is appropriate, I guess. I guess if it was super clear, it would not be a very, a brain not, that. To me, it feels like an expression of a mass group of thoughts all shoved into one small space. None get their appropriate time or space, and it reeks of exhaustion and chaos. A dark side, a light side, and a confused goat between. Little guy, blank stare, a lot going on around, cannot formulate world. Cannot formulate a word. Weird. No. Yeah, like, I had this general idea of like this, there's the eyes down there, showing that this is like the inside of the mind, and then I thought of it as like this kind of barren landscape. So it's all, grayish brown on the ground. Gotta go. Oh, no worries. Take care. Thank you for hanging out, and thank you for your submission. A theme of scribbly eyes. They do make sense, don't they? They do very much convey that thing, that feel. See you soon. And yeah, then I struggled to figure out what I'm going to actually fill this world with. I had this really vague idea of like, yo, this inside world can fit so much trauma or something, that kind of thing. But then struggled to figure out how to actually convey that, and then got like this really scary place in the background that conveys like, anxiety, dark thoughts, fears of what might happen. And then on the other hand, there's like this kind of like utopian ivory tower sort of thing. That's what this is supposed to be. This bad boy can fit so much dread. Don't slap me. Don't slap me, actually. Yeah, it's supposed to be like, I don't know, airships and stuff over here, and like a winged angel-like figure. Softly, thank you. To give the idea of like, the kind of thoughts that I might have, like ideals, intellectualism, cool ideas. Oh, I wish to have airships in my head too. Yeah. Well, then, it's also all foggy. I guess I should make it more foggy. This place should be more foggy. This place is too unfoggy. Oopsie daisy, what happened there? Yeah. This place needs less clarity. Oopsie daisy. Yeah. Because it's just, what do you call it? Castle in the sky? Like, ein a castle in the clouds? There's a word for that. There's a word for that. If you are trying to convey something, there's a word for that. Sandcastles. No. Luftschlösser. Luftschloss. They use a lot of mileage. This good boy can fit so much love. Aw. That is so sweet. Hang on, let me look it up. Okay, I should probably look at what I'm typing. Luftschloss. A daydream pipe dream, cloud castle, castle in the air, pie in the sky. Something like that. Yeah. Pie in the sky, very cute. I am something of a pie in the sky myself. So, Clipper. I'm still not seeing a submission. Or did you put it in the Discord? My dear Clipper. My dearest Clipperoni. Almost! What do you mean almost? How almost? How almost are we talking? Mobile just need to render it? Okay. My brain just started playing the line of Spooky Ho by Danny Gonzalez where he goes, big fat pumpkin pie going trampoline. Oh dear me. Spooky Ho. Danny Gonzalez is a good boy. He is part of the Good Boy Squad. Along with Drew Gooden and that other guy. Kurt Reynolds or whatever. That's not his name. Good song? Okay. You can share it with me. Curtis Connor, yes, that guy. I just have been known to spontaneously combust during a stream because I went overtime. It is true. It is true. You need to be careful here. You might make me combust. More like combust a nut, am I right? I don't know. This happens. This happens when I don't have anything to say. It just you get like really dumb non-jokes. What? Yes. What do you mean you have no jokes available? Well, you took them all. You took all my jokes. Now there's none left for me. It is a barren society, a barren economy, a barren... it's a barren. I'm a baron. I'm a baron. I'm an oil baron. Heir apparent to the oil baron. See, this is just word association at this point. It's rendering? Okay. Deep breath? Alright. Where in Discord do I put it? Well, I mean, I guess technically there's, technically, you're supposed to put it in the Google form, but you know, I guess might as well do this. Wait. Is this you? Oh, there we are. VLC. Let's hope I can use that. Is there a cooldown for hydrate redemption? If it can... Can I drown the girl? No! Is the Baron a honorary title? Honorary? That would work better if the H in honorary wasn't silent. But I appreciate it, I appreciate it. Thank you for the hydrate. I literally just hydrated, but you know what, Wesley? I'll give you one. Okay. And return with a vengeance. Got some spicy nudes that might make my lips tingle. Oh my. Oh my. Some spicy nudes. Ooh. Hang on. I need to use a different source for this one. Ah, there it is. The source called Probably Dell's Submission. Yeah. That is that anxiety, isn't it? That is that anxiety. It's like, oh man, it really adds to it that it's transparent, especially behind the eyes. And yeah, that's the gash separating the two halves of the face. Yeah, I just noticed like one part of the face is kind of floating. They're kind of floating independently. It's like, huh. The whole thing also kind of has a mask feel, doesn't it? It kind of feels like a mask. Like a really, huh. It's kind of skeletal, but not quite. It's not quite a skeleton. It's not quite a skull. It's like that nose is fully formed. Yeah. It's a mask that has like this really kind of unnerving, intense grin on it. But behind it, it seems empty and it's broken. It's like, Again, I need to stress that I'm not trying to like psychoanalyze the artist or anything. But what I see when I look at this, what comes to mind for me, is that this feels like a mask that is like trying to like, you know, a mask is always, well, often an expression of trying to show something, like protect yourself, to protect your inner self, to make yourself less vulnerable. In this case, it's one with this very intense grin. But now it's breaking apart. It can no longer sustain itself. And there's like this fear, this clattering, and you know, there's an even more intense need to like protect oneself, because like the hands are also now getting in front of the face, trying to protect it. And yeah, it seems to me like kind of an expression of a fear that like of what people might find behind the mask, that there's nothing there, that it's just emptiness, or yeah, like there's a common theme. There's been a common theme of like in the past days about something that I often also struggled with is that, like, I have this need to be liked. And because of that need, I often feel like I've often felt that I need to make myself entertaining. I need to be entertaining. I need to be funny so that people will like me. Because I'm afraid that if I'm boring, then they won't. Then they'll just be like, oh, why should I spend time with this guy, It's so hard to unlearn that. It's so hard to learn that accepting silence and just being together and like connecting over simple human things can be such a wonderful thing. And that's what I'm getting from this. So like, there's this stress of trying to put on a performance, of trying to be this really cool, funky self, like, yeah, I'm a skeleton guy, hello, but then the mask is coming apart and this fear of like, oh god, what now? What else is there to me, yeah. And that kind of anxiety, like, Hatsu, hello. That kind of anxiety, it really also adds to, the brain fog stuff. Because it makes it so much harder to just, for the brain to work naturally, for the brain to just let its thoughts flow, because you're constantly like double checking yourself, like, is this good? Does this make sense? Should I say this? No, absolutely not. No. Put that back. I don't think that's gonna do the thing. A person trying to embody a badass skeleton me, but in the process exposes too much of themselves and are not actually that secure about it. That came from what Teiyu said, not my interpretation of the art. Unsettling, I love it, huh? Yeah. I posted a response to your comments under the piece when you are done with your analysis. The whole thing got cracked in half. I'm wondering how it happened. If it's self-inflicted or from outside factors. That was also a good question. Like, and how far it might have been self-inflicted. I mean, the hands are right there, at the scene of the crime. Alright. Let's see, what did you have to say about this? Title, Stop Doing. Description, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what he's doing, please stop doing. Didn't think about it as a mask, just a complete and total malfunction of self due to wear and tear. Like a sore on a tongue that you scratch with teeth until it is so overwhelming. A sore on a tongue that you scratch with teeth until it is so overwhelmed it no longer itches. Oh my gosh. Aww. Yeah, that also works. Oh gosh. Oh. A complete and total malfunction of self due to wear and tear. Oh. How does that happen? How does the self become worn out? I do wonder in how far it might still be like a mask situation, because like the self should be something that can just live and keep living. Like it's supposed to be something that a self is supposed to be something that facilitates living. If it's something that can get worn out by living, it makes me feel like it's got to be something that's kind of constructed, that's not really working well. At least it might be constructed, might be because it's just dysfunctional. Yeah. Initially it was supposed to be longer, with the head floating apart and exploding and then pulling together. Oh boy. Yeah, that is ambitious. There's a good Dr. K video that is called something like The Men of Inaction. Kind of rhymes with it. Oh. The lights of showbiz are only visible in a room full of smoke. Smoke that makes it harder to watch your step and easy to choke you out of sleep, like coal dust. The lights of showbiz are only visible in a room full of smoke. Smoke that makes it harder to watch your step. I think I got what you're saying. That's like a little bit of poetry right there, but I think I get what you're saying. But like, you're trying to put on a show, but it makes you live in a space that is like foggy, that is that is not clear, and not really good for a good living environment. Alright, well, thank you very much for this. It spoke about an act of doing as a faux attempt to solve the issue. There as a way to not actually move towards the goal while still doing, like an unhealthy coping mechanism. So that's what I was thinking. The Men of Inaction. It spoke about an act of doing as a faux attempt to solve the issue, as a way to not actually move towards the goal while still doing, like an unhealthy coping mechanism. Okay. Like you keep yourself busy, but you're not actually moving towards the thing. You're just kind of like trying to fool yourself into thinking that you're actually doing the thing. Busy work that wears you out. Oh. You do a lot to do nothing. That is a very interesting subject. Also, yeah, splash damage, woohoo! Ah! Also, Rev, I getcha. Okay. Did we properly have a look at my image? I think we did, probably, but I like to end on it. I like most of his perspectives, not when he gets into the woo-woo stuff. The woo-woo. Alright. Woo. So, no. Another thing that occurred to me, yeah, you have on one hand you have the anxieties that are kind of blocking the natural, woo-woo. I think what they mean is like, you know, kind of esoteric stuff. You know, about chakras. But yeah. On one hand you have me, on another Silk Song, Teiyu, blue screen of death in between. The fact that there is any woo-woo stuff at all is probably a reason to hate the fact that he's working in mental health. I mean, I don't know. It's like... I mean, he does, as far as I can tell, tend to keep things pretty real when it comes to that. It's just, I mean, the whole chakra stuff, chakra, as he pronounces it, it's like very, it is based on the fact that like he did it and it helped him, and like there are ways to do this kind of stuff that work, you know? Like it is ancient stuff in some fashion, can be like based on, in a sense, based on science, because like it is not based on science as we know it, but it is, you know, people did try out stuff for millennia and figure out that some of this stuff actually worked for some reason. So like, there's it can work. It's just it is very healthy to be skeptical of it, definitely. If he does it in a way that reduces harm as much as possible and keeps people away from worse people, it might be good. Philosophy exists in tandem with mental health. All mental health assistance is based on some form of philosophical understanding. Most of his perspective on the woo-woo is more inquisitive than advocacy of the said woo-woo. It's more like, I don't know why it works, but some of it works. Maybe try it. Yeah. Right. I wanted to say, anxiety on one hand, and on the other hand, the ideas and stuff, they are so like, so lofty, so idealistic, so abstract, that like, it's not really livable, you know? It's just kind of like super vague notions of some great ideals that you can't really work with. And yeah, like being too heady in a sense. That split between human reality and idealistic wishes. But like idealistic in a way that's like, you know, cool to think about, but kind of stuck in my own head, in a sense, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Also, Coffee Mancer, hello. Okay, I think we're done for today. Yeah. So, yeah, everyone who might have been watching on YouTube, thank you so much for being here. Take care, and remember that you're loved. Bye-bye. And everyone who has been watching on the Twitch, let's find someone to raid, shall we? Oopsie daisy. Bye.